Rhett and I are down on another part of Iowa for a couple days, and we're hunting on the ground. I'm not sure what the GoPro captured, but I was drawing back on a nice little 8, and he stood behind this tree forever, and there was a forky with him that was not behind the tree, and I had to let down. I was held back for over a minute, and well over a minute, and that forky busted me as soon as I did. And, keep on, I guess. I mean, it's a fun experience, but and right before I saw him, I did notice that the sign had picked up a lot. I started seeing some roads in here on a few different trees. Just had a definite shooter buck come through at about 40 yards. I tried to grunt at him, but he didn't give a crap about it at all. And it's windy and it was raining last night, so I tried to kind of tiptoe behind him to see if I could catch him slipping, but he just kept working away. I mean, he was on a mission looking for doe, so I couldn't catch him. I let him go. I got about no footage of the deer I've seen this morning, mostly because I'm not reaching for this big handheld thing.
Oh, what's up?
What's the story?
Not a lot. I crawled through a lot of garbage. Literally crawled.
Yeah, belly of the beast.
It was, pretty much.
You see anything?
A couple of does and a dink buck.
Alright.
But it was so thick that there was no way you were going to shoot. And like 90% of the stuff I was in, I just ended up too far in, and then I was just hosed, and it's like, well, now what?
Did to yourself.
I know I did.
Made your bed and I'll sleep in it.
Dumb.
That's a good launch.
It's just dumb.
Heading in for the afternoon. I had a good sit this morning, had an opportunity. Rhett's gonna go sit where he can actually get drawn on something. So that'll up our odds tremendously. Just had what looked like a small basket rack 8 coming in harass these. Looked like a doe and a yearling earlier that laid down. He came in at he ended up pushing them back over to the west. Good start to the evening for sure. There's about 45 minutes of daylight left, and not being familiar with the area, I'm gonna go ahead and start slow hunting back towards the truck rather than waiting for it to get dark in here and stumbling my way out and making a racket with my headlamp on.
Well, not a whole lot right off the bat. Did a lot of wandering around trying to figure out where the hell I was gonna set up, and I ended up stumbling into a spot. There was like 16 scrapes in a matter of like 30 foot. So I was like, well,
That's the spot, huh?
This is as good as any. They were kind of fresh, and
Yeah.
freshest I've seen all day. So, like, well, we'll try it. I get all set up and sit there, just watch the eagles fly next to the river. And next thing you know, here comes a spike. Like, he's a pretty decent spike, probably like that.
As big as far as spikes go. I mean, you'd take him if he comes by again.
Oh, I mean, without a doubt. I got to looking at him. I looked a little goofy there in the middle of his head. I didn't know if it was a unicorn sticking out or what. I was like, well, if that's the case, I'm going to stick that son of a gun. I binoculared him, and just a giant pus pocket. Old demon's a fighter.
Well, you know how those pubescent teens get too. They kind of acne.
It could have just been a zit for all I know.
Yeah.
Pretty big, about that bigger on.
So anyway, demon lives, huh?
Yeah,
all right.
I'll let him grow.
All right.
800-884.
Those are odd looking cows.
Agriculture works here. Fred's buffalo shop. She said you gotta get me out of this place, cause even
Where'd he go?
Cinderella got
That's
to
him.
go to the bar. If you
Window open.
We got cars.
Did some driving around, looking for other public patches we might try another time down here. Now we're gonna hop back in where we've been hunting, and hopefully one of us will get something on the ground here before we have to leave.
Beautiful day.
Second and final night of mine and Rhett's little 2-day out of town hunt. It was really bad this morning. Today we got a wind chill of it's about 25 degrees, and you can see right now it's somewhere between rain and snow.
Matt.
Okay, so I don't want to get too excited. I look like a good shot on an 8-point. I found blood. There's right where you shot. There's good blood. So let's get a hold of Rhett. Hopefully we can get this thing found before it gets. He's calling me right now. It's getting dark. I'm getting a little nervous. Just there's sleet and snow started again. It was a really good blood trail all the way up till now. I don't know if it's just getting dark and hard for me to see, or if he's clotting up or something, but I'm gonna look around a little bit more here, and before it gets too dark, I need to go grab my stuff, talk to Rhett. I know that my buddy Ted's in the area, so I might go put what I have on a GoPro on his computer just to see if I can see right where I hit him. Maybe get us a better idea of what's going on.
A couple days later, 500 or so yards of tracking blood, and got nothing to show for it. The highs and lows, you find blood right away and you're excited, and after a while, it just started to trickle out to nothing. That, and we had sleet and rain working against us too. So, I mean, looking back at the footage, it looks like I hit him about as far forward as I could have, right below the neck. So it's looking, I'm probably more of a flesh wound than anything. I'm willing to bet he's still running. Still unfortunate. There was definitely, I definitely didn't have the window I thought I did, so I don't know if it was an errant shot or if it was a deflection, why that arrow hit so far forward, but I do think he's still running, which helps me rest a little bit easier, and I don't think we're going to recover him. So we're going to go back out this afternoon. There's still a lot of deer running in the area. See if either one of us can connect with a nice buck this afternoon before we have to head home. This marks the end of what was supposed to be a 2-day trip, and was extended because of me hitting that buck that we were unable to recover. A couple things I gathered from it, or this little excursion down here, was the weather was horrible, but the deer were moving and we were able to use it to our advantage in the sense that we were able to maybe push into the timber a little bit further than we could otherwise if it wasn't so windy or wet out. We'll use it to cover up our noise. The other thing is, hunting off the ground, I'd say a 30-yard shot on the ground is a lot further than a 30-yard shot out of a tree stand. Out of that tree stand, you can kind of shoot over a lot of what's in your way, and I think that had a huge effect on the outcome of the deer that I shot. Looking back, I didn't have the window I thought I did, but I wouldn't take it back. I felt comfortable with it at the time, but I'll learn for the next time. Mice got to my shotgun mic cover last night, just took the whole friggin' thing and probably made a nice bed out of it. So, limited edition koozie cover. This is kind of neat because it lets no sound in, not along with the wind. So, really looking forward to using it.